Welcome to the REKAP Lunch Hour with Guff. Me, Ryan McGuffey. I know I just popped up. It's like, what the hell's going on? Here in the REKAP studios, it's Guff. It's the lunch hour. Let me take this off. Clearly, I just got back from Hallis Hall. That's what we're doing. That's why I'm late. That's why the show was late today. Kevin Byard taped a fresh episode of Intercepted. And so when he does that, I got to run. And it does always conflict with the lunch hour here, and I'm sorry about that, but that show's got to get done. Nashawn Wright is the guest today. This one's going to do very, very well, as most of them do, because, look, let's be honest, the two of them have 14 takeaways combined. I threw a stat at them to say, you have as many as at least 18 teams. Just the combo has as many as at least 18 teams. So let me make sure. Let's see. Are people like, where's Guff? Let's see. Where's Guff? No, we just got a lot of comments in there. So let's get back up here. Let's go to the top where we go with Rick. Aloha from Honolulu. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Let us have a goal to have 3 new members join today during this show. I like it, Rick. Let's go. I got some mailings to give out here. I got to get some sweatshirts, some hoodies in the mail. Landon, Pablo, Jeremy, all 3 of those guys are getting hoodies sent to them. But let's get new members. Be the first new member to join here. Let me see what I can come up with. If I can get a new member to join, see if I can't come up with something for us right here. There are quite a few people who join us every day who are not members. Of course, we will not mention any names. Are we witnessing the downfall of the Marquee network? I think, Rick, we're witnessing the downfall of regional sports networks. Unfortunately, I was a part of that collapse just last year. Well, I guess at the end of 2024, when NBC Sports Chicago went down. Minty Smoke Links, thank God that we started this channel in 2022. Flat scrambled eggs, bacon, Portuguese sausage on the menu this morning. God damn, I want to come to your house. Good afternoon to the real Phil Sims. Can I believe what happened to Chris Paul? Completely unacceptable. Thought the Bulls were hot garbage. The Clippers will definitely claim that. I think the Bulls are hotter garbage. They play the Nets tonight. They're laying 8. I seriously considered taking the +8 for the Nets tonight. But the Bulls are really good at home. It's the one place that they've actually shown up. What's up with Marquee? Looks like it's turning into a dumpster fire. Guys, there's just not a lot of TV. You've heard me say here on the channel that a lot of RSNs, like the Dodgers have such a ridiculous TV contract, and it's a big part of why they can sign the players they do. Marquee is not turned into – they're not making the money they once were. It's just a fact. I have a lot of friends – that we're a part of those cuts, and it sucks. It really does. Come Sunday when the CFP is announced, do you think Texas will get in? I haven't seen a 3-loss team get in. Then again, beating A&M was a big win. I don't see Texas getting in. I think Texas is very much on the outside looking in. I don't know. Honestly, you tell me, other than the A&M win, they lost to Florida, who sucks. And they lost to Georgia, and they got smoked by Georgia. The Vandy win was a really good win. The Oklahoma win, really good win. I don't see them getting in. They lost. They beat Kentucky in overtime, Mississippi State in overtime. They won, but have I been watching the ACC SEC Challenge? I had Duke in a moneyline parlay last night. Whew. 2 great games last night with Duke, Florida, UNC, Kentucky. Feels like a preview to March. And I've been watching other I watched a lot of those holiday tournaments. They were fantastic. Michigan State. Michigan State looked really good against Iowa last night. Winter meetings are 4 days away. 4 more days until Cap goes nuclear. I'm definitely here for all of it. It's going to be epic. Eric, happy Wednesday to you. Listen, the NFL did the right thing getting Bears Packers in primetime at Soldier Field on December 20th. Huge game Sunday will determine the division. Welcome into the Recaps Seat at the Table podcast, says Landon. Here live at the winter meetings. I'm David Kaplan, along with my man, the Godfather, who says Mr. Ricketts is still under the luxury tax. Looking forward to Bears football Sunday, Wimpy. Before you show your art picks to click, you at home select yours. Jim Angio, the great Jim Angio, going with Colston Loveland, Wimpy, and DJ going with Manon Swift, and the Honeybird and I rolling with Caleb Williams. Who should be on the cover of the recap calendar? Who should be the centerfold? Oh, boy. All right. Looking forward to this question and answer. Who should be on the cover of the recap calendar? Are wives included? It's asking for a friend. Give me the answers to Rick's question. Tricky question, Rick. I vote for Kimball doing the Peter Pan pose. Kyle, happy hump day to you. Bears still in first place on December 3rd. Pumped for both games against Green Bay being in prime time. Chicago getting respect. I got a feeling every national media writer is picking the Packers to win on Sunday, but screw them because the Bears will show up Sunday and kick the Packers' ass. F Green Bay, bear down. Let's F and go. We just had some really good stuff with Nashawn, just some fun talking with KB and Nashawn Wright, just about off camera, about the Packers, just the city, how electric it is. These guys feel it. By the way, I did the numbers myself yesterday. Teams getting 6.5 or more this year in the NFL are 33-27 against the spread. That's 55%. It's a pretty good clip. Pretty good clip. Tough shootout loss for the Hawks last night in Vegas. Bedard is showing he's that dude. Let's get 2 dubs in LA since they play them twice in a row. Go Hawks. Yes, bet of the day, folks. Taking the goal in the half. Guess what? We played the trend, and the Hawks are now 21-5 against the spread. So when we get to the bet of the day, yes, that's a cash. We've been underdogs the whole season. Probably the only game left will be favorites is against the Browns. That's it, in my opinion. Just keep finding ways to win. I think we'll be, depending on what happens with Detroit, I think that could be curious. Depending on what happens this week in Green Bay, because the Bears will get them here. Get Cap's mantra. Get up, grab a cup of coffee, find a way to win a football game. Take that. Rockies did sign Josh Burns. I actually like what the Rockies have done with Paul DePodesta and now Josh Burns. They're actually getting some former front office execs. White Sox went to Japan again. I said this on Twitter. They're becoming Japan East. They're the Japan fine team. Anthony Kay, a 2-year, $12 million deal with the White Sox. I do believe it will be to start, not relieve. He turned down more lucrative offers to stay in Japan. He wanted to come back to the big leagues. Pablo, thanks for the show. Looking forward to Tuesday at Hooters. Sent my address and size. I saw that email. Looking forward to sporting the hoodie at the next Bears win. Go Bears. My guy, Brett, Caleb has to be defensive against the Packers this weekend, just like he played against the Eagles. If you do, we can beat him. We can beat the Packers. Bear down. Cohort wants to know how scared are we about the Cubs off season with the Marquee news yesterday. It's not great. I mean, it's just not. It's just not great. Looks like there's some more Marquee news messages coming here. Looking forward to seeing our 2 ball hawks on the latest episode of Intercepted. Can't wait for KB's interview with Nashawn Wright. It's great. I would not expect anything, says Kyle, from the Cubs this offseason. Hope Ricketts can prove us wrong, but he hasn't given us reason to think things will change. Godfather has to confirm, but I do believe we're still under the luxury tax on 12-3, and then Godfather comes back with, I said it from the beginning, that Marquee is a mistake. Time for Ricketts to step out of his hole and say he was wrong, and it's his fault. No one hiding as usual. Still under the luxury tax, Kyle. Payroll going in the wrong direction. The best of the Ricketts bullshit is yet to come. And again, I say, until further notice, you guys, I understand your feelings. I do. Kyle, as a Texas fan, I hope they get in. To quote Cap, no shot. Texas had a bad loss against Florida, which just about killed any chance of them getting in the CFP. Still, you never know. I think, like, how would they jump Miami? I don't see any scenario that Texas can jump Miami. I don't. I know Miami's not playing in the ACC title game, but like Miami's a better football team. They have 2 losses. They beat Notre Dame. Like, I know. Part of me wants the Bulls to keep plummeting down the standings all the way out of the play-in tournament. Tank, get out of the mediocre middle and up your chances of a lottery pick. We did tape a new Bulls podcast this morning. That'll be out on the channel here in a little bit. Wayne, I live in the heart of Packer territory, and I'm telling you, they are not confident in Jordan Love. We can rattle him and take the ball away. I agree. What's more likely to happen with the Cubs? Strip the team down like first year of Theo, or invest a couple of big contracts to win? If I were betting one or the other, I don't think they're going to strip the team down. So I'll take the latter. I could also see them standing pat and going with what they have and playing the prospects that are currently ready. Rick says Ricketts wants to show Daddy Ricketts he can intelligently run a Major League Baseball team like a mid-baseball team and make money. I don't know how much money they're making. Hawks are playing better, or should I say Bedard is playing better. It comes down to talent in the end. Last night's game was proof. 4-3 loss in a shootout. Rick, as long as fans can keep spending money to watch the Cubs, don't think Tom has anything to worry about. Unfortunately, Cub fans will never rebel and not give Ricketts money. That's a fact, Kyle. They won't rebel. Need to get Nazar going after giving him that extension this offseason. Wayne, I picked the Bears last week. I'm picking them again this week. The weather will be a factor to who wins the turnover battle. I said last week that if the Bears could win the turnover battle against Philadelphia, they would win the football game. And they did. Because Philadelphia, as Jalen Hurts said in the pregame, we don't turn the ball over. Well, Jalen, you did twice by yourself. On the second day of the meetings, Ricketts gave me 2 new rooftops, 1 big hotel, and skating rink at Gallagher Way. I should have sang that better. Anyone know where Swayze's been at? Missing my Illini brother fan. I wish I did. On the third day of meetings, the rigorous gave to us 3 video boards. I'm guessing the Ricketts instead of the rigorous. Last night seemed like Ben's shirtless ploy for hot dogs really bugged Olin. He did it just for the fans. His notoriety will be wins. Yeah, Olin, look, Olin not a huge fan of all of the tough guy, whatever. He doesn't like Caleb painting his nails, and that's to each their own. To each their own. Hi, Clyde. I like this. Hi, you're late. I said why. I'm late because I'm out there working my ass off trying to get a new episode of Intercepted, Clyde. So I am late, and I'm happy that hell is you're here. Lip Ripper, Guff, for the White Sox, would you bring back Lucas Giolito? Great question. It's one I've considered. I just don't think it's going to happen. Like, if Lucas Giolito had never pitched for the White Sox, like a 2-year, $30 million deal with him, to me would be perfect for what the White Sox need. I don't see it happening. For both sides. I just don't see it happening. I'm like, love the Blackhawks, but Vegas clearly had more talent, and talent wins even though the Hawks play their ass off. Nathan, what's crazy to me is seeing the Packers defense and how they're playing right now and hearing Jerry Jones say they got the better end of the deal. Okay, old man, here's your warm milk before bed. I will say this, like trading Micah Parsons is insane, but did you know since the trade that the Cowboys are number 1 in the NFL against the run? So can a truth be had on both sides? Maybe. But I'm with you on the warm milk either way. Cade, Guff, with Edwards and Noah Sewell back at practice yesterday, do you think there's a good chance they play Sunday? Asking the guys last night, talking to our guy Nicholas Moriano, the belief is yes, with Edwards for sure. We'll get the injury report released today. The Bears do have an off day today at Hallis Hall. They'll be back at practice tomorrow. Guff, one last question. Everyone talks about the Bears game. What do you think these teams that have to play the first place Bears are thinking? Exactly. And keep looking at the compliments, by the way. Look at what people are saying about how hard it is to plan for a Ben Johnson offense. I mean, it's not like they went against just some mediocre guy last week. Vic Fangio is loved everywhere, respected all over the place, and he couldn't stop him. To Rick's point, there are a lot of people in here who are not members, and you should be because we give hoodies away. We got a lot more content to come. I said it yesterday. We're just scratching the surface here. I know some of you we've lost a couple along the way, and that's fine. That's fine. Let's build this base. I want to give more shit away. I do. So can we please boost the membership? And for the guys who are here and the guys and girls who are here, don't worry. Plenty to come. Kyle, if the Hawks finish 5th or better in the division, are you kidding me? If they get a wild card spot, it's a win. Jingle bells, Ricketts smells. He's a big cheapskate. Hoyer knows the roster blows, and now he can go and skate. Look at Godfather. Oh, my God. Thoughts on the Anthony K signing? Look, I don't know anything about Anthony K. Here's what I do know, Sam. It's a significant deal. You're paying him $5 million plus the next 2 years. They've been really good finding guys overseas. They're really good at turning rocks over and developing guys. I know Adrian Hauser wasn't in Japan, but look how that played out last year. Eric Fetty was in Japan. They brought him over, and he was fantastic. Now, after the White Sox, not so much, but what the White Sox were able to do, I'm going to give faith in that program. Our favorite holiday song, signed Cubs fans, to Godfather. I know Nestor Cortez would cost a lot, but I think he'd be a great back-end starter for the Sox. Lip, I'm all for, and I said it in the $100 million podcast I did. I'm going to do a winter meetings preview tomorrow. They're going. I think they need to sign some type of 2 for 25, 2 for 30 guy. I do. I do. And so, to your point, I would. How are we feeling about Jackson Dart playing like an actual dumbass and not seeing how it could be an issue? Nobody's saying you play soccer, man. They just don't want your brain to look like Tua's. Yeah, I hear both sides of this. I do. I thought the hit was cheap. You know he's going out of bounds. But if you're inbound still, as long as it's legal. Do I think the White Sox get the number 1 pick in the draft? If so, who's the best baseball player out there? The baseball MLB draft is such a crapshoot. I do think they'll get the number 1 pick finally. But in terms of high school or college, I think a lot of times it depends on which way they want to go. My guess is they would go college to try to get that player here quicker. But we'll see. We'll see. This would be something, Clyde, that we would converse over at Hooters. Best lunch specials going, man. $9.99 or less for the blackened chicken Caesar salad, the burger, the OG wings, the boneless wings. Of course, the tenders are always there. The shrimp and fries, always an option. It's also the holiday season, as we know. We're just 22 days from Christmas. Insanity. $25 gift card gets you 5 bonus bucks at Hooters this month. A little something for them, a little something for you in return. Maybe you can flip that for half of an old fashioned. The Maker's Mark Old Fashioned, $10 all month long. The Espresso Martini, $8 all month long. 2 drink of the months all month at your Hooters locations. The best place to watch football, now college basketball, the NBA, a little Blackhawk action. The best place to watch sports, great food, iconic Hooters girls. We are going to be there Tuesday in Aurora. Studio 41 Football Recap Live. Cap will be there. Tommy Waddle will be there. Alex Brown will be coming back for another edition of the program. OriginalHooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Order.Hooters.com. Have it delivered straight to your office, straight to your door. Slide by, pick it up on the way home. Have a Big Daddy mug full of Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Modelo, Dos Equis. You know the drill. Hooters, proud partner of the Recap and the Recap Lunch Hour. Lip, nothing better than to kick off conference championship weekend than Friday's game. Let's go UNLV, running Rebels. Dude, the games this weekend are absolutely flipping fantastic, and I can't wait. Great finish to Notre Dame, Missouri last night. So glad the Irish pulled it off in the ACC SEC Challenge. Take that, Mizzou. Becky getting her hair done right now. Clyde, like many, the Packers suck. Yes. Should we get a Green Bay sucks chant going? Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks. I hear it. I feel it. Like I feel you guys coming through the computer. There's the address and info if you want to join us on Tuesday. Yeah, I know Cole Wright from the Marquee Network was stating a case for Cody Bellinger to be back on the north side. I don't see that happening. I'm with Becky. Kurt, are the Cubs going to use Marquee Network's issue as their excuse to be cheap? Very, very possible. They won't use it as an excuse, but it'll be in the underline. Clyde, come on. We're not doing this. Kurt's response to me is spot on. We're not doing you spelled this, you spelled that. I'm not gonna. That's the last time that's going on the screen. How soon until the Ricketts announcement that they won't answer questions at the convention? He doesn't do those forums anymore. He doesn't. Kyle, advice for Cap and Mindy attending the game on Sunday. Dress in layers, have hand warmers ready. Hope Cap will be wearing Olin's jersey in Lambeau. Be correct on that. Phil, saw Jed talking about being active in free agency. Sounds like he's talking and saying nothing at all. It sucks because you want to hear him say that, and then you want to see action. I do expect next week to be very active. I do. That's good, Clyde. Accountability matters. Steven, it comes down to the offensive line performing as well as they did in Philly. I could not believe the holes that they created. I've never seen the Bears or hardly any other team perform like that. That was a complete ass whooping. Phil, if Myles Garrett wasn't having an amazing year, I believe Parsons would be the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, I mean, here, just let's get some odds on that. I would guess that Myles Garrett is far and away the favorite to win that award. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett minus 1,300, Micah Parsons plus 650. So yeah, to your point. Loving the Mariano segments on the channel. Keep them coming. Mariano's. You talking about the Jewel? Recap recipes? Bizarro Clyde. Who cares if we're late? We appreciate the hard work and the free content. You're welcome, Bizarro Clyde. I always appreciate you countering the real Clyde. Bears Eagles replay is on at 2, DirecTV channel 212. Thanks, Matt. Put it up here in the office. Still want my Chasing Greatness hoodie. Need another shot, Guff. Want to be in the hoodie club. I understand. I never forget about those Northwest Indiana Hooters. Won't matter anyway. White Sox not relevant for a while. Google this. Like I said, can you Google that, Phil? Today's National Signing Day. Can't wait to see how many kids sign with LSU. This calendar thing is such an issue. It's a ridiculous how they got to fix it. And I think the only way to do it is if you move spring ball to summer ball. Does everyone know the White Sox pitching coach is different now? Yes. Ethan Katz is now in Houston. Fine line between the Mahomes crying and taking a decent hit, but it's when you go to take an unnecessary hit. Just don't be stupid and ruin your career because of an ego. That's fair. That's fair. Godfather Hoyer and Hawkins left today for the winter meetings. They are driving. Got to save money on this flight. Recap stickers for all members. It's a great idea. So here, as a matter of fact, I got those right here, Rick. Trying to figure out the best. So I guess if you're a member, send us your address, recapoffice@gmail.com. You want a sticker? Every member should have one of these. That's a lock. I already have these right in front of me. Rick, recapoffice@gmail.com. That's a great call. We will see you there, I know. Not too loud, Guff. Clay Matthews will hack this chat and bring it back. I'll do it louder. Look at. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Kyle. Oh, Nick Mariano, not Mariano's. Yes, Nicholas Mariano is now our resident Bears reporter here at the Recap. Check out every time the Bears are there at Hallis Hall, he's there for us. Lip Ripper, College Hoops, Louisville -2.5, Clemson +10.5. I have a play as well. I need a sticker for my Yeti cooler. Lip, you remember. Send me the addresses, guys. It's the only way I can get these to you. Send me your addresses at recapoffice@gmail.com. By the way, don't try to sneak one in, Clyde. Become a member. If you're not a member, no sticker. It's only fair. Rick, you asked. Let's get these out to the members. 100%. Love that idea. Love it a lot. Let's get it done. Clyde, if my girlfriend would marry me in a Hooters restaurant, would you marry us in Portage, Indiana? Yes. Yes, I will. Especially in Portage. If she will marry you in a Hooters, Clyde, I'll be there. I'll be there. Sign me up. Yes, members. You want a sticker from the Recap? There it is. Email us at recapoffice@gmail.com. Send me your address. I want to get that, and I'll get these out to you quick. I will. Oh, there's the Rickett sucks chant. There's the Rickett sucks chant. Lip, I've listened to that new Bear Down song. It makes me want to run through a brick wall. It's hard to say anything otherwise. The dog of the day, didn't have time to bust out a new one. I want to make sure, though, in partnership with Paws for Patrick, pawsforpatrick.org, they've helped over 30,000 adolescents with mental health since 2020. Folks, you guys have heard me, and I'll keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. This cause is so dear to my heart. They're trying to work and get therapy dogs inside of many mental health institutions throughout this fine country, but certainly here in Chicagoland. And you can help by texting REKAP25 to 44321. Help support Paws for Patrick's life-changing mission. I said $1, $2, $5, $100, whatever you can do, help, because this is making kids better in their facilities that can't take in any more kids, and therapy dogs are the way to go. We do not ignore you, Clyde. I just said I would marry you in the damn Portage Hooters. If you do, then Lip's coming up. I think we get the whole damn Recap membership there. Kyle will come. We'll get Lip Ripper to fly in from Florida. Phil, keep bringing the smoke. Let's do this. There's the Paws for Patrick information. We appreciate the hell out of you guys. Kyle, think the Recap chat needs to have a section at the Hooters wedding. If I'm officiating a Hooters wedding in the town I grew up in, I can promise you I will be saving a few rows and tables for Recap only. Godfather, my dog Lucy loves Paws for Patrick. When she's here, it gets her ears to go up. Well, I'm sorry, Lucy, that I didn't have one burned ready for you today, but I'll save one for tomorrow. And Lucy, I'm talking to you. Maybe I'll get Lucy's ears to perk up, but I appreciate that, Godfather. That's awesome. I love. And send me your photos. I would love to have a picture, Godfather. Send me Lucy, recapoffice@gmail.com. She will be the dog of the day. That's how because every dog is a therapy dog. It's our therapy dog. And if you text REKAP 25, you want to support the cause, that would be awesome too. And it shows that you are a member of the REKAP, and it's going to Paws for Patrick. So let's go to our next fun. You guys know where we're headed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Where are we at? Get the dirts. Oh, it's good to put the aviators back on in the bet of the day. So I did it yesterday, and Lip, you were worried. But I said there are some times when the trend just plays into your hands. And when you have the Blackhawks, who are the number one team against the number in all of the NHL, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights, who are number one against the number in terms of 7-19, you had to play it. And the Blackhawks stepped up last night, getting the goal in the half, and they did it. Tonight I'm going with the Hoosiers. No, not the football team. Their basketball team is actually ranked 2. On the road, these Big Ten road games early do scare me. But Indiana, I watched them over the break play Kansas State at home. My goodness. I was like, man, Indiana might actually be worth a damn in basketball again, and they're not getting so, our history says we're a blue blood. Yeah, that's 40 years ago. Laying 8.5 tonight in Minnesota. Kyle, personalized message with the stickers? Send me the address. Let's start there. But it's good to have the Dirk Digglers back on. Top Guff, Dirk Diggler is back, getting the Blackhawks. McPucky action last night. McPucky's starting to catch. I think that's 3-0 in our NHL picks on the channel. I did give a 2 for one day, so I think we lost one of those. So maybe 3-1 as we go. Charles, hey, let's give Guff a like for all he does. Bear down. We didn't get any new members today, but what we did learn is that members are getting themselves a sticker. That's a great call, Rick. It's the least we can do. I love giving shit away, so keep up with the members only chat and the members only. We need to do a live Q&A. I know. I'm working on that with Cap. Maybe tomorrow we can get that in. I'd love to have a Bears Packers one for the members only. Clyde, when Fetty resurrected his career, Ethan Katz was the pitching coach. Anthony Kay with the new Chicago White Sox pitching coach. It's a whole system, though. It's a whole system run by Brian Bannister, so we'll see. Kyle, do you give McPucky a raise for picking correctly? Asking for a friend. I do. I'm gonna bring the jersey in here, so every time we have a Blackhawks bet or a NHL bet, we're putting it on. I will never question the trend. My mistake. Love this pick. Sleeper team I've been watching is Syracuse. Yeah, Syracuse. There's some money to be made right now, Lip, and I'm sure you know this. This early on in the college basketball season, I'm looking around and I'm like, Clemson getting 10 at Alabama. I sniffed that for a second. I can tell you one game I'll stay away from. Iowa State laying 41.5 to Alcorn State. I just laugh at those type of numbers. But there's a couple of games out there that are juicy, but I'm going to take the 8.5 with the Hoosiers. The chant continues for Blackhawks recaps, and I certainly get it. And then, Phil, just for no reason, we have a really good momentum going, a really good vibe, and for no reason, Phil wants to sit here and say the Sox will be in last place again in 2026. Take that. I will actually make a bet with you after we see how the winter meetings transpire, and if Joe Ryan gets traded out of Minnesota, I will make a bet with you, and we can do a take that bet. But I also will venture to say that you'll probably show up at 5 or 6 games at Wrigley Field because you'll sit there and complain about what the Cubs don't do, but then you'll go spend your money at Wrigley Field. So take that, Phil. Lip Ripper, remember when St. John's was the moneymaker? Dude, so much money, especially, or it was just boom, print. Did hit a basketball parlay last night where I bought a few down. Loved Purdue last night. That was fun. I loved Michigan State, and I wish that didn't happen. I wish I would have had a lot more on that. Phil, game on. Then fine, let's do it. We will do it. Let me take a look at the winter meetings. We'll go from there. I did go with you on the Hawks. Charles, let's go. Game on. I'm your witness. Indiana Hoosiers laying 8.5 tonight. You see it. We do have one. We had Michigan last week in the +2.5 against Gonzaga. We laughed all the way to the bank in that one. So everybody, that's just multiple recaps being asked about for the Blackhawks, and I and Cap are listening. Trust me. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you. Order.hooters.com. Have it delivered straight to your office, your house. Slide by, pick it up on the way home if you don't want to cook. It's a hell of a way to celebrate a hump day. It's snowing out here again in front of me. That might be the way that we go tonight, me and my daughter in the McGuffey house, because it's a daddy-daughter day, and cinnamon pretzel bites are always on the menu, as are the tender tacos. Have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Really appreciate you here on this channel. I hope you know that. A Bulls recap podcast dropping later. A Cubs recap podcast being taped this afternoon. Intercepted with Deshaun Wright will be out later tonight on the channel with some social posts, and a Bulls recap of the Nets game late tonight as well. We have a full jam-packed day. The Bears are off. We never are. It's the recap. I appreciate the shit out of you guys. And if you're a member, send me your email or send me your address, of where to send the stickers. If you're a member, you're getting one. recapoffice@gmail.com. recapoffice@gmail.com. We'll see you tomorrow on a Thursday edition of the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome rest of your day. Go Bears. Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks.